Hey everyone, Casual Boxing Fan here. Just going to make a quick video about the boxing news we have today. And the first thing that I've seen today is that we're going to see Callum Smith take on Hassan N'Dam for the WBA 168-pound title. And this fight is a little disappointing. I know Callum Smith's been out for a while, but you'd expect him to take a bit of a tougher fight than Hassan N'Dam. And the reason I say that is because Hassan N'Dam beat Martin Murray, yes, but that's not really a big win. I would say big enough to get him a title shot at least. Also, there's much better opposition at 168 pounds that deserve a title shot, especially on a big card like the Anthony Joshua Andy Ruiz card. We want a stacked card, we want a good card, we want an exciting card. And I don't think Callum Smith, Hassan N'Dam really adds to that card. I see it as a pretty easy win for Callum Smith. I think N'Dam is pretty much at the end of the road here. He's been stopped at 160 pounds by David Lemieux. Well, he wasn't stopped by Lemieux. He was knocked down about 6 or 7 times, I think. But he was stopped by Ruta Morata. So how is he going to deal with a man at 168 pounds, which is big for the weight and can punch and stop George Groves, who was considered one of the best at 160 pounds? I don't think he's going to do too well. So that's a disappointing fight to hear from. I expect a little better from Callum Smith, to be honest with you, on that card, because Hassan N'Dam is even well known in America. Is that card going to earn any intrigue into the American market? How does that benefit the Joshua card? We're already getting a very lackluster main event in Andy Ruiz, which we were hoping would be Gerald Miller, Luis Ortiz, or someone of that ilk. But it turns out that no. So the card looks shaping up to be a good card, but not the spectacle that you would hope it to be for Anthony Joshua's first fight, Madison Square Garden, 1st of June, New York. It's not really building up to that, is it? So it's pretty disappointing, but I'll obviously do a breakdown of that fight closer to the fight. But I fully expect Callum Smith to win, maybe even stop N'Dam. N'Dam is tough, but I just feel that his career right now is at the end more than it is at the beginning. And Callum Smith's career should be in the resurgence. It should be going up. It shouldn't be taking no stop routes on guys that have come to the end. And also, we got to see the press conference. So I think it's been finally announced that Thurman and Manny Pacquiao is definitely going to happen now. And that's a big fight. That's a big fight. Pacquiao is taking a huge risk at 40 years old, 41 nearly, taking on such a young guy in Thurman. A lot of people give Thurman a lot of shit because he's been out the ring for a while. Always out injured. But I think Thurman is still very dangerous. His last fight against Josito Lopez, a lot of people were disappointed with it. But if you watch the fight, he was dominating in the opening rounds, but he just put too much into those opening rounds, trying to get Lopez out of there. I think he underestimated how tough and how resilient Lopez is. I just thought if he threw enough punches with power on them, he would get Lopez out of there, but that wasn't the case at all. Lopez held strong and made a push in those middle rounds and the end of the rounds to really push Thurman, and Thurman was physically and clearly very fatigued, so I expect Thurman to fight Pacquiao different. I expect him to use a lot more movement, a lot more jabs. I don't think, if you look at that Lopez fight, I wouldn't take too much into the Pacquiao fight. I think he's going to fight completely different. He's not going to go out there and try bomb Pacquiao. We know how Thurman is. He's going to fight how he fought Garcia. And try and keep it on the back foot and just try and, pick his times to attack and then move. So, it was a big fight. It was a good fight to have, It's good to see Thurman getting these sort of opportunities, but we really want to see him in there against Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. Those are guys we want to see Thurman in there. We want to see unifications. And hopefully, that's what it will move on to coming the end of the year, because obviously we know Spence is going to be fighting Sean Porter. We haven't heard anything about that, but that's a great fight if it happens. I'll be favouring Spence, but it's a great fight if it happens, because Porter's a tough guy and he comes to fight. And we're also hearing about Terence Crawford v. Kell Brook, which again is a good fight. A lot of people giving that fight a lot of stick, but I think it's a great fight for Terence Crawford, because much like what we saw with Deontay Wilder do with Dominic Brazil, maybe we're going to see something similar with Crawford blowing out Kell Brook a lot earlier than Spence did, and all that does is add more tension and more build-up to that inevitable showdown between the two best 147-pounders we've seen in a very long time, in Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. But that's all I have to say really on the mat today. Just a short video, just talking about the news that we've had today and the announced fights and the conferences. So thank you all for listening. It's been the Casual Boxing Fan here.